all doing? I hope you enjoying the week because I am. I'm enjoying the week so far. Though there was one error that I did. But anyways, in this video, I'm gonna talk about this move that happened today and how we started the week so that you know how you'll be able to catch those moves that you missed. All right? And you will learn something new. There's something I always say that I'm going to remind you because it happened again today. So, um, first of all, let's see how this week opened up because there was open low high. We still haven't had the close yet. So the week opened like this, went down. Now we're going up. We need to get a close, something like this. So the week is still somewhere here. We're still here. We're still going like this. Okay. So this is a weekly expansion. All right. So that's one thing that you have to have in mind first. So you don't go try to trade against this trend because you will get messed up. All right. So how we opened up this week was we started up with sell first. We started up with sell. So the week started somewhere here. All right. So looking at this, what can you see? We had a sweep on high time frame. You can actually just trade this 4 hour only if you wanted to. If you wanted to, you can trade because mostly these ones I traded them 4 hour. I didn't even go on lower time frame. There was a trade that I took here based on 4 hour too. I didn't go on lower time frame. So, but it depends on you, you know. So we had the sweep here, and I was looking at this fair value gap here to see if we will get that pushback up because again, this fair value gap, there was an order block here, and there was a daily order block which I mentioned on Sunday, on Saturday in my call out that I did, my weekly analysis. So I wanted to see how price would trade to it. And one thing that you would know is that some of these other blocks are liquidity. All right. So sometimes price can easily wick below it, or it could give reaction. Once start giving reaction and go below it, this becomes a liquidity. Apart from this also, I will show you something else that you will use to know that this is a liquidity level below here. All right. So we cut some buys here and some sells, then break even on the buy, tried another buy here, closed my trade before stop loss even because I was tired of the move. I didn't like the move anymore. The next day cut this buy, recovered this, then a sell. Why the sell? The sell was because of this fair value gap. I wasn't expecting it to hold anyways. I wasn't expecting it to hold, but as it held, saw the whole confirmation and everything, I just cut this candle. That was me trading 4 hour again. I cut this candle, just this candle. Because if you're looking at this 4 hour like this, if you look at this 4 hour like this, I'm not asking you to go trade this candle like this because, man, there's a lot of things that you need to see in price action and know where price is at. And I told myself it could be running for this liquidity. Yeah, because it's either it closes below it or it rejects. And rejecting will tell me something. Closing will tell me something. Remember what I told you guys. Price only does two things, right? Either goes up or go down. It goes up or it goes down. In the worst case, it can range, but if you're trading one time frame, you won't see that range. It's when you're switching from so many time frame to so many time frame, that is when you start seeing range. Once you do your proper time frame alignment, you won't even see the range. So price goes up or go down. So I told myself here, if we start closing below, we're gonna go. It's possible that we'll go down, but there's still more high chance of going up. But if we reject, so we rejected yesterday before the market closed, I said, okay, cool. Then I have to choose when do I want to take the trade. So looking at this rejection here, if you want to trade it, you can just trade it because this rejection, it's also a fair value gap. All right, it's a fair value gap. So if you want to trade it, you can just trade it, but you need to train your eyes very well. You can see price didn't pull back to this one. It didn't pull back, but it was almost there. You understand? So it doesn't do this every time. Sometimes you can just come fill it up and start dropping. So what I did was that I went on the lower time frame. I went on 1 hour. Looking at 1 hour, we had a fair value gap here. But I wouldn't lie, I didn't look at this 1 hour yet. I looked at 15 minutes. But it doesn't matter actually. I looked at 15 minutes before market close. We had these fair value gaps here, but I didn't take my trade yet. So looking at, we already created a lot of liquidity here, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So I waited for this, one of the lows, to get swept. So as soon as it got swept, I took my buys. That's the buys that I'm actually still holding to right now, right? So another confluence that I used was on daily. That was one of the biggest confluence that I use. On the daily, we can clearly see these rejections. All right. So one thing that you will know is that, let me give you, okay, yeah, there's something that I said I was going to mention, right? So looking at price, right? What can you see here? You can see creating lows, previous highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Sorry if I don't call these things well, because I don't trade them. I don't call anything higher low and higher high. I think I've said this so many times. I just say previous high and previous lows, right? So it's not wrong to say higher low or higher. It confuses the shit out of me. So I don't know why it confuses the shit out of me for no reason. So I don't actually say it, but let's try, okay? So we have these previous lows and previous highs here. So remember something that I told you, right? I told you something, that price doesn't just move in that format, that basic format. It will sweep one low at some point, right? Once you keep going up, it will sweep a low at some point, all right? So, because sometimes you might be like, okay, which low, which high will I be focusing on? You can just focus on this and you'll be good, all right? As long as you're going with the other flow, all right? You confirm that we're already going up here. Let's say you miss the trade here. This same thing that happened here is same thing that's happening here, and it's the same thing that is happening here. It's same thing that is happening here right now. How do I put it? It doesn't fit, but it's the same thing. We had this high, have this low, right? Have this high again. Then we took out the previous low. Took out the previous low, and now price is going higher, right? So it's the same thing. If you go on lower time frames, it's the same thing that you will see. Only when you don't see this is when you stuck on low, too much low. Don't go lower than 1 hour, 4 hour, okay? Don't go lower than 4 hour, unless when you're looking for entry based on what 4 hour has done. That is when you go on lower time frame. So you can use 1 hour for your entry and never go on 15 minutes if you feel like. If you wish to, you can do the same thing. Go on 15 minutes, but don't go lower than 15 minutes to look for entry for big move. No, that's you slaughtering yourself because you end up catching the wrong move. Okay, so you can see what happened here. So this is another thing that came to my mind because I'm looking for the weekly expansion, right? So another thing that I wanted to say is that when you have your analysis getting into the week, you can also see we also swept previous day low. There's just so many things that was happening. You understand? There was just so many confluence. This was the previous day low that got swept, which was a Monday low, right? Remember, if Monday low gets swept and we break above Monday high, then we should be going up, right? We should be going up or maybe a pullback, but we're bullish, right? So we expect a continuation tomorrow. That's what I expect for tomorrow. I expect a continuation for tomorrow. So what can we see here now? I hope I explained my confluences for this buy. There's just so many confluences. It's just all you need to know, all right? The confluence, everything aligning. You can see there's a low here, there's a low here. Even on 4 hour, there's a previous low. And getting into the week, you're bullish, right? You're bullish. So any move to the downside should be a pullback, high time frame pullback, or maybe we're trying to break structure, but we didn't break structure in this case, all right? Didn't break structure. Maybe if you say, okay, what about this? I think we broke this to the downside. This was a high, all right? This was a high, this was a low. That's how I see it, okay? This internal high that was broken here is just for the pullback, right? To continue going up. So look at my Twitter. Most of some of you, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. If you look at here, I posted it before the move even happened. I posted this, and look at what I wrote here, ATM. All right, for those that understand. And this is when I started taking my buys, and this was the last buy that I took. So we'll see what's gonna happen next. And I send this little bit call out because again, if you look at 15 minutes, yeah, I took this buy also. If you look at 15 minute here, we have a fair value gap. Okay, let me actually also explain this trade. Let me go lower down. Okay, as price kept on moving high, right? I waited for this candle to close, this bullish candle, because remember, the candles will tell you a lot. 4-hour candle will tell you a lot of story that you don't know, that you never heard before in this market. It will tell you a lot. I'm telling you the truth. So if you're gonna trade this, right? Okay, let me ask you this question, right? Let's say if this level already told you that we're buying, right? And we have this expansion. What do you want to do? You want to sell? No, you don't have to sell. You have to look for a reason to buy. You have to look for a reason to buy because, okay, this candle, when you're studying candle, right? This means momentum. This means momentum, right? When you have this candle, this one closing above this, because again, if this is a wick here and we close above it, if you drop down to lower time frame, right? This is a break of structure, and this could be a breaker up here. So when price come back, when this closes like this, you look for a reason to buy. You just look for a reason to buy. So when this closed like this, close above this, I looked for a reason to buy here, which was 15 minutes. Look for a reason to buy. That's just you have to look for a reason to buy. So going on 15 minutes, I saw this fair value gap because I'm looking for a reason to buy, right? So I saw this fair value gap. Okay, that's a point of interest. So now, looking at where this fair value gap is, right? What do you think price will do here? Two things that I always tell you is that is either price go up from here, right? Or it will displace, break the close below this and start pulling back, maybe pulling more back. We don't expect it to stick on here, maybe stop from pulling back, but which is not likely to be a smooth sell. Why? Because of this high resistance. There's no liquidity here. This is just an imbalance for price to come back to rebalance them. Remember when this thing happened on higher time frame a few weeks back, when we were trying to trend up? Let's look at all the things that happened when price was trying to trend here. And see, after price broke above this, look at how the trend went smooth. Okay? So looking at here, you can see that this imbalance has already been rebalanced, right? So why won't this move be smooth? Okay? So you need to just look at what happened before. Price repeats, right? It repeats doesn't just mean, okay, only on New York section, there's something that I look for that is going to happen on New York section. No, that is... honestly, I don't even trade like that anymore. But there's some things that I do see on New York section that will make me want to trust the buy, just like this fair value gap. See it in New York section. It was created during New York section and we're bullish. So why not? Why not refine it and buy it? You understand? So this structure, it repeats. That's one thing that I would tell you. It repeats. Depending anyhow that you're trading, any strategy that you're trading, it's still fine, but it repeats. Even if you're trading trend line, you know how to use your trend line very well. Trend line is not just all about just trading up and down, up and down. No, there's many tricks that you add on your trend line and still catch this thing that I just showed you. You understand? There's just so many things as long as you can read structure. So anyway, so this was a buy. Then what I did here was I went on 1 minute. I went on 1 minute. And this was it. And we have a liquidity here. I look for liquidity. This will trick the first buyers, because if you look at this, this is still a confirmation for a buy, right? This is order block. It's still the same thing. So, but we don't take this. Why? There's two reasons. This didn't have this. Didn't have any high time frame, because the way I see trading is that this high time frames have to connect. It's like they're giving. This one will generate, why is this bird making noise outside? Hey, move from there. One bird was just on my window. Hey, I said move. Okay, it's gone. So, what was I saying? Did I mention this liquidity just now? Okay, I think I mentioned this liquidity. Okay, we're not gonna take this, even though there's a confirmation there. But it didn't, I was talking about this high time frame. I see them that they connect to each other. Like if you're looking for a buy and you want to take your buy off 1 minute, of course you need higher time frame points of interest. You can't just take it out from nowhere. If you take it out from nowhere, that means you're trading a pattern. All right, you're trading a pattern, and if you caught yourself trading in a pattern, right? See what this is gonna turn to. You take a buy here, you moved a little bit, you came back down. You start looking at this as a bearish pattern again. You're like, okay, I was taught that this would be a breaker up here or down here, wherever. You turn to a pattern breaker. A pattern trader. So, but you look at price with order flow. All right, we're coming from a bullish order flow, so we're looking for a bullish order flow. And if you look left, you can also see where that 4 hour closed. It closed inside this week. You understand? It closed inside this week. So this week, inside of this week, there will be some order blocks, some fair value gaps, some order block fair value gaps basically. So you can use them as an inversion, right? But I'm not looking at them. Okay, yeah, I actually used one as an inversion. All right. So they're just some confluences that is not that it's not hectic to see. You're already bullish. You're just looking for a support, something to support your trade. You can see, bring out this here again. This is another more confluence. So when price tapped into this, tap into that fair value gap, give you a confirmation, you can buy. You can go on lower time frame again and look for a buy. But for me, 1 minute was way better. Well, was way better. You can see this 15 minutes. Price closed above this. Closed above this. Then this was a buy. You can just set your stop loss below here. Then you buy. If you don't trade 1 minute. Because this is already 1 hour and you can target whatever you choose to target. If you feel like you want to close your trade, it all depends on you. You know, nobody will tell you what to do. But when you start doing the wrong thing, like closing quick, you will know that you close quick. Then you will fix it by yourself. Nobody will teach you how to fix it. You will have to fix it yourself. So if this risk is too much for you, then you can go on 1 minute and catch the entry. But if you're catching 1 minute entry, just know that you're taking your trades you're closing your profit at the highs, or maybe somewhere here, 2 to 1, or you can use this fib to measure and target this, which is where price is at right now. You can see price just got there, and I'm still actually holding my trade. So I think it's time for me to close that trade. I'm gonna close that trade right now. Okay, I'm gonna close it. This was 80 pips. This was 80 pips. Yeah, you can see it here. It's 80 pips. So let's close it now, but I still have my other trade right from somewhere here. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. So tomorrow, I'm just looking for a continuation. So I'm just looking for a continuation tomorrow because this is already expansion, right? So I'm looking for a continuation. If this fair value gap will also price not trade back into it, I would like it. I always like price not trade back into the fair value gap, then create another fair value gap to trade into. That would be awesome. I don't expect this because I don't expect price to come here today. Okay, I don't expect price to come here. I want price to still trade up, create something up there, then maybe come back to this some other time, maybe next week or so. Then we can create more liquidity and go up, or maybe break it. Whatever price wants to do, actually can do that. But this is my bias getting in for tomorrow. Actually done for today. All right, guys, this is it. If you enjoyed the breakdown and the teaching and all that, please do like and comment. Tell me what you learned and tell me what you would like me to talk about next time. Feel free to always ask me questions. You understand? I do answer questions, and me answering your question, you're gonna learn a lot from that, honestly. Because trust me, I know a lot about this market. Just that so many things that I know, I don't even use all of them. Like I just use little out of it. I'm willing to, answer your questions. Just comment, tell me what you want me to talk about next. This breakdown was okay for you. Yeah, also if you want to join my free Telegram where I do share my analysis, share some setups, you can join that. Just like where was that? Okay, just like you can see here, I shared this earlier, and you can see the move went on, and I shared some analysis, some free stuffs there for free. This thing is all about sharing, right? So yeah, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, right?